Good afternoon, pirates.
Welcome back to the Heartbeat News. We're your hosts, Macy Riley
And Carson Jensen.
Today, we're bringing you into a big part of Oceana County, agriculture.
Specifically, asparagus.
Did you know that Oceana County produces more asparagus than any county in Michigan?
Michigan is the largest producer of asparagus throughout the whole United States, providing about 80% of the country's supply.
If you live in Hart or the nearby towns, you probably have met a farmer who grows this popular vegetable.
Speaking of which, I think one of the many farmers is sitting right next to me.
If you're talking about Riley Orchards, then you'd be right. My family's been in the farming industry for 6 generations, and well, we plant lots of asparagus.
Speaking of Riley Orchards, we talked with Mr. Riley about what it is like to grow and harvest asparagus.
So what's your day-to-day routine like when you're growing asparagus?
Okay, so when the asparagus when it's warm out, we're picking the fields pretty much once a day. If it's above 80 to 85 degrees, we'll sometimes be in those fields twice, making sure that the asparagus doesn't get too long. So what happens when the asparagus gets long, the heads start to separate, and that's not what the market wants. So we got to be careful that when it's hot like that we're in keeping the asparagus cut close to the ground.
Okay, thank you. Back to you.
That sounds pretty great, Macy. I bet you get to eat fresh asparagus all the time.
Well, as long as it's served right. I especially love it grilled, boiled, or pickled.
To be honest, I don't like asparagus very much.
But you at least love the parade, right?
Well, I've never actually been, but I plan on going this year. What's it like?
I've been a part of this parade since I was very young. It's regularly put on in June and lasts for about half an hour.
Well, what's so exciting about it?
Every year, a group of women compete to be the next asparagus queen. The winner receives a prize of $1,000 that will be used towards continuing their education or donated to a local nonprofit organization. And did you know that there's only one asparagus queen in the entire country? Last year, Emma Waller won with Chelsea Walicki as first runner-up.
Wow, I didn't know that. I wonder what it's like going through the pageant process.
Well, Carson, Grace met with Megan Roskam to learn a little bit more about what it's like to be an asparagus queen.
I'm here with Megan Roskam to talk about her time as the Asparagus Queen of 2011. So what was the process like for becoming the Asparagus Queen?
We went to the Oceana County Ag Banquet, and we were interviewed by a panel of judges, and then from there we went on to stage, and we had to answer some questions from an MC, and then we also had fishbowl questions. And one of my fun fishbowl questions was, the question was, if you were at a child's birthday party, how would you present asparagus in a fun way for kids? And so one of my answers was that I would do asparagus roll-ups, and I'd call them Gus in a jacket for asparagus.
That's cute. And what festivities do you ever get to return to?
So last year I went to the parade and I rode on the former Queen's float, which was a lot of fun. We passed out asparagus crowns to everyone, and it was just a good time to reminisce with all the ladies who have participated over the years.
And what was your favorite part of being the Asparagus Queen?
So one of my favorite parts and special that I don't think a lot of queens got to do was I was part of a show called Pitching In with Chef Lynn Crawford. And it was a TV show, and she's a chef, and she would go to local areas, and she would use product, and asparagus was her product for this particular episode, and she made us like a 5-course meal, and I was able to participate by eating her meal and being filmed for the show. And so it was a lot of fun, and that's something that I kind of add to my docket, is what I did for Queen. So
Great, thank you. Back to you.
Thanks, Grace. What else happens at the parade?
Well, farmers from all over Oceana County drive their tractors in it. Many local businesses make fun asparagus-themed floats and always pass out lots of candy.
I can't wait to go to the parade. When is it?
The parade and festival are planned to take place on June 8th this year.
Do you know who won this year's queen?
Actually, Carson, this year was a little bit different. For the first time in 50 years, with the exception of 2020 due to the pandemic, no one wanted to run for asparagus queen, so the pageant had to be canceled.
Oh no, all those years of tradition and asparagus queens? Hopefully there will be a queen next year.
There are many things that make up Hart and the communities that surround it.
The Asparagus Festival is one of those big things.
It sure is. The parade and festival get the whole community involved.
The parade involves so many people. Everyone comes to watch all the different businesses pass by in their floats.
When I was little, I used to be in the parade for my school float, and we threw candy out to all the little kids on the sides of the road.
I'm sure those kids enjoy that part of the festival the most. Being a part of the festival is what makes Hart the great community it is.
You're exactly right, Carson. So if you haven't been yet, don't forget to go this summer on Saturday, June 8th. And that's all for today, Pirates. I'm Macy Riley.
And I'm Carson Jensen.
And this has been the Heartbeat News. Have a great day.